Wow, good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Art McMaster. I'm the President and CEO of the Miss America organization. And on behalf of Sam Haskell, the Chairman of the Board of the Miss America, who is with the other contestants giving out scholarships, we are thrilled to have just crowned the 90th anniversary Miss America. We had a fantastic show, and we want to thank ABC, Tall Pony, and our presenting sponsor, DSW, along with Planet Hollywood and the City of Las Vegas. I also would like to acknowledge the Joseph Ribkoff Company as the official wardrobe provider for Miss America. They have been wonderful and have also been providing the clothes this week for our former Miss Americas and our contestants. Thanks also to American Signature Inc., who helps to keep our dreams alive with our new Miss America furniture collection, because little girls still want to grow up and become Miss America. But as you all know, Miss America is all about education, making more than $45 million available in scholarships each and every year at the local, state, and national level, and we are so very proud of that number. This week alone here in Las Vegas, we gave out over $500,000 in scholarships that were awarded to young ladies, and we are so proud to have Artistry Cosmetics and Skincare by Amway support our scholarship program and to be one of our proud sponsors. Now, this is not about a winner-take-all event, as you all know, which means that though the scholarships given out this week and this year, we have had more young women advancing their dreams, making our economy and our country much stronger. But Miss America is also about showcasing the countless extraordinary good things that these young women do for others, and we are so proud she will be the Goodwill Ambassador for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. So without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Miss America 2011, Teresa Scanlan.
Thank you. Thank you all so much for this. I can't even describe what it's feeling like right now. Thank you so much. And I started competing in pageants at about 13, and I never thought that this would have happened. And I'm just so excited for the opportunities that I know are ahead this year. I can't wait for everything that we're going to be able to do. I'm so excited that DSW and Joseph Ribkoff are our official sponsors for clothing and shoes. That's just going to be fantastic. I cannot wait for all of that. I'm so excited to be a part of the Children's Miracle Network hospitals and the work that we do with them. I just simply can't wait for all of the things that we're going to be able to do with them, to go visit the hospitals and the children and all of those incredible things. I know it's just going to be an amazing year, and I'm so excited as the 90th anniversary to represent that this tradition is timeless, it keeps on going on, but also that it is so young and youthful, and that's why it's a timeless legacy, because a 17-year-old can win, because age doesn't matter, and no matter where you come from, you can achieve things like this, even if you never thought it was possible. So thank you so much.
Back over here. We have a 90th anniversary first for you now. I would like to bring out this year's judges to share their personal experience and say the very first hello to Miss America that they just picked. From the field of star power, Mr. Mark Cherry. Mark is the creator and executive producer of ABC's multiple award-winning program, Desperate Housewives. Mark?
Thank you. The first thing everyone said to me backstage is, well, now you have to have Teresa on your show. And I said, well, she's no longer desperate. Yeah, not a housewife yet either, for that matter. You know, this was a dream of mine for a long time since I was a kid. I was quite the pageant aficionado. I was very lucky to run into Sam Haskell at a dinner party, and after I stunned him with all my knowledge of Miss America trivia, he asked me to be a judge, and I said yes, and it's been a thrilling experience. I was actually skeptical when a 17-year-old girl walked into the room, and when I realized she was actually a 17-year-old woman who was incredibly articulate and incredibly facile with knowledge about current events, pop culture, very, very articulate about her platform. I was sold, and I could not be more thrilled that this has happened to you. Congratulations.
From the field of fashion, Miss Taryn Rose. Taryn is an orthopedic surgeon turned shoe designer who combined fashion and function and changed the footwear industry forever and launched her multi-million-dollar shoe brand.
Good evening, everyone. This is such an emotional moment for me to watch a young woman begin her journey. My journey to this point has been incredible. This is the only country where a young girl in 1975 could have come from a war-torn country of Vietnam, landed on Wake Island, and then was told, "You're going to America." And when the plane door opened, we were so happy. Only problem was we were in Arkansas. And we didn't know a soul, but the people there embraced us. And I still remember sitting in Fort Smith, Arkansas in September 1975, watching Miss America for the very first time. And it was a dream for me. And this is what America is all about. Making dreams, and your dreams are about to come true. And I'm so, so happy for you. And one last thing. As a woman, an American woman, I've been educated in the best educational system in the world, getting my MD from the University of Southern California. And please support this program because it helps so many young women achieve their dreams through education. And all I ask of the press is to write about that because I personally did not realize this was a nonprofit organization providing $45 million a year in funding.
From the field of vocal talent, Mark Wills. Mark is a multi-platinum selling country music star with 8 top 10 hits.
I have no idea why they have a hillbilly here. But I will tell you that being one of the national spokespeople for Children's Miracle Network through the last few years of having the opportunity to work with several Miss Americas has been one of the neatest things that I have been able to do. And I remember when you were standing in there and we were asking you the questions in the interview segment. And, we were talking about kids and stuff like that. And I just had a good feeling that you would be a great representative. So I'm so very proud to be able to stand beside you on stage and welcome you to the Children's Miracle Network family. I look forward to the Champions events that we will get to do together, and just enjoy your year because it's going to be a great ride. You're going to have a great time. Thank you.
From the field of health and beauty, Mary Lou Henner, who has starred in films, Broadway shows, 2 classic sitcoms, and has a best-selling author on health, fitness, and lifestyle improvement. Mary Lou Henner.
I took my whole thing about health and beauty so seriously. I said, I want to find a great girl who projects health and beauty. And she was in the interview room, and you could just tell. She walked out, and there was just this glow. She is just a fabulous representative of young women everywhere. I have 2 teenage sons. When I was talking to her about the kids and how she would represent America and teenagers and stuff, she just answered every question. And we were a very tough group, and she just handled all of us. And I'm just so thrilled because we loved you from the beginning, and I think you're going to be have an incredible year and really, speak to America's youth especially. So thank you for that. Thanks.
Thank you.
From the field of fitness and dance, Tony Dovolani. Tony is Dancing with the Stars. He moved. Dancing with Miss America. He moved to the United States from Kosovo when he was 15 and began attending Fred Astaire Dance Academy, where he found his passion for dancing.
First of all, I want to say congratulations. Very well deserved. I just want to tell everybody that, this scholarship program that Miss America has, and they care for education, they care about giving back to the community, to the community and doing community service. Everything that I want my daughter to grow up to be like is right here. So, I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old daughter. So for me, meeting Miss America right here, being amongst, 48 of you, which was awesome, was a dream come true. Any foreigner, because I was a foreigner and now I'm an American, it's like dreams about being in America. I got to experience it the best possible way. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
From the field of interview, Joy Behar. Joy is one of the television's brightest stars in the day on The View and at night on her own show on Headline News.
Well, she's adorable. Isn't she adorable, this girl? Oh, my God. She's so cute. And, you know, there were so many girls who were so cute, but she's the cutest, right? She's Miss America. I came into this the unlikely judge, I think. People were thinking I would be hostile to it or something. But I found it to be charming. I found it to be incredibly interesting, and I was surprised by the fact that, you know, these girls really put it out there. And also, it is a cellulite-free zone. I was searching for one tiny dimple on a thigh. There was not one. And I will hold that against you. But congratulations, she's wonderful. Okay, that's all.
And finally, from the field of community service, Dr. Debbie Turner, Miss America 1990. Dr. Turner Bell is a doctor of veterinary medicine and a CBS News Morning Show contributor.
So thrilled and honored and just absolutely amazed by this young woman. I remember in the interview, as the other judges have already said how much she impressed us, I remember asking her, convince me you're not too young to do this job. And I will tell you, by the time she finished answering that question, I was embarrassed for having asked it. So we are in very good hands. I can also say, as a former Miss America, we formers are very particular about who we let into the sisterhood. And we're thrilled, after you've gone through this year of initiation/hazing, to let you into the group. She really is the embodiment of what this program is all about the scholarship, about setting goals and pushing yourself beyond what you believe you can achieve, having determination to achieve that, and also caring about the community and being a representative not only for the organization, for the Miss Americas, but also for the corporate sponsors that provide the scholarship, that give us the education, such as Artistry by Amway. Because of those sponsors, we are able to finish our education, and as Miss America, you can do it debt-free, baby. So it's a good thing. Congratulations. We're in very good hands this year.
If we could get the judges up to the front here, and let's get a picture, group photo in here. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
You guys want to go over there? Why don't you go over the other side there?
Everybody look over here, please. And over here, guys, right here. Squeaky paparazzi gets the face. All right, thank you very much.
Okay, they exit. The judges, yep. Judges are done. Do you want some questions? Mic for all of them? To her, Teresa? I can't hear you. How many questions? Does anybody have any questions they would like to ask the judges while they are here? Yep, you can ask questions.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, you're going to ask some questions.
All right.
Teresa, let's get one shot of you without the microphone. Yes, please.
Okay.
Can you touch the crown, please?
Yeah.
There we go. Down here, Teresa. Right over here, right? Teresa, down front, please. Keep going to the left. Right there. Teresa, down in front again, please. There you go. Thank you. And over here, Teresa, and you can take your hand down for a few. Right over here. 365 days more of this. Right down to the left. There we go. Walk right. There we go. Teresa, down in front again, please. Here. There you go. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to open up this for questions, for a few questions.
All right. Thank you.
So, Teresa, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you know how many 17-year-olds prior to you have won Miss America?
Well, we found out that in 1921, the Miss America then was 16, but since the age requirement was changed to 17 to 24, I believe I'm the first 17-year-old. Yes.
Teresa, first off, congratulations and
Thank you.
welcome to the Sisterhood. We're so proud of you. You got to sit down with Pageant Network earlier this week and take a couple minutes to answer questions from them, actually here on behalf of them. We all know Miss America is based on service. Give us a couple minutes of what you are going to be promoting with this personal platform this year.
All right. My personal platform is on eating disorders awareness and prevention. And I think specifically in the pageant arena, that's so important to address. And I found I was homeschooled up through my junior year of high school. And so I never had to deal with the intense pressure that a lot of girls my age go through in the public school system. And so I ended up going to public school my last 2 years of high school and got to see that a lot more. I saw the stigma that surrounds eating disorders as well, that people believe that it is someone's fault for developing an eating disorder. And I think it's so important this year that we work towards changing those attitudes so that people who are struggling with eating disorders can go and seek help. Because the mortality rate right now for eating disorders is about 20%. And that is huge. And we simply can't afford to continually let this issue go as millions of girls and boys are out there dying from eating disorders. And so it's an issue that has to be addressed. And so I'm so excited to dedicate this year to that cause, to show girls that you can be this successful, that you can reach every dream you have, and you don't have to hurt yourself. You don't have to go to extremes. And I never passed up a cookie on my journey here. So.
That's good. Any other questions?
So, Teresa, at 17, where does this poise, this elegance, this all come from? 17.
I'm going to point you right over here to my parents. That's it, all of it right there. Also, my siblings. I'm the middle child of 7, and my older and younger sisters, my brothers are here. Growing up, I had them to look up to. I had my parents to look up to. I had so many incredible role models, and that's the only way I got to where I am now. And it wasn't on my own at all. It really does take a village to raise a child. And my hometown in Nebraska is very small, but everyone is so supportive, and it's just been incredible. There's so many people that brought me to where I am today, so I attribute it to really millions of people. I couldn't have done it on my own.
How small is small?
Gearing is about 8,000, and Scottsbluff is 15,000. So we're bigger than some places in Nebraska. During my past 6 months, I'd go to towns of 300, so that was a little different. But it's just a great community there, and I've been so many places around the country where there's great communities, and it's people like that that raise youth to achieve their dreams because they can't do it on their own.
Why did you join your local? What inspired you to join?
Well, I started competing in pageants at 13 because my older sister Sarah competed in her first pageant at 13. So of course when I turned 13, I had to follow suit. And so I won that year, and I just had so much fun that I started finding more pageants. That's when I found out about the Outstanding Teen program. So I started competing in the Outstanding Teen program for those 4 years, and I kept on hearing, be more teen, you're too mature, you need to be a teen. And I didn't know how to do that, so that pageant didn't really work out for me so well. But then when I turned 17, I had 2 more chances. I had 2 locals right after I turned 17. I competed in the first one and won, and then I went to Miss Nebraska and won. And so I found my niche, I found where I fit, and I guess this is working out pretty well for me.
You're a member of the millennial generation, which they say is the most civic-minded generation since the How do you fit into that description? How are you going to tell young people to live up to those expectations?
I'm so excited that is the case because community service and volunteering has always been a huge part of our family, especially. Being homeschooled, I had a lot more time to do those things, so I started getting involved in all sorts of programs in my community with volunteering and community service, and I can tell you it changes everything. You meet young children, you meet the elderly, you meet war veterans, you meet so many people that absolutely change your life, and I think that's why people are becoming more and more involved because they realize that our country is so incredible and it has so much to give them that we have to give back and we have to volunteer for causes that need our help. And there's so many great causes like Children's Miracle Network hospitals that it's so easy to help out. It's so easy to go visit, to dedicate your time, to donate money, and it's for such an incredible cause that I am so excited to be able to encourage young children and also adults to continue to volunteer and get involved in community service.
I'm so very proud of you. Congratulations and welcome to the sisterhood.
Thank you.
Could you please tell us a little bit more about your family history and the fact that you are second generation? I think it's a phenomenal honor.
Well, my grandparents grew up in formerly Yugoslavia, present-day Croatia. Also, Tony is from Yugoslavia, so we found kind of a connection there. So I'm half Croatian, and they escaped from that country during the communist takeover when Tito was in power. And so they escaped to Italy and were in refugee camps there for 2 years before coming to America. And when they came to America, they wanted to make a better life, and they began having children, and they had my mother. And then when my mother and father got married, my father was going through medical school, and so they were really pretty poor as he paid his way through medical school because he wanted to give us a life that he never had. He wanted to give us these opportunities, and so it was only through their generations of hard work that I am where I am today. And so I couldn't let them down. I wanted to make them proud. When I have been given so much, it's all I can do to give back to those people because they have created a life for me that they never could have. And I have been blessed so incredibly, and I'm just do what I can to embrace that, and I think all of us as Americans should.
Situation 17.
You mentioned this at the top that at 17 anybody can follow their dreams. Do you think you were an underdog given your age when you was coming?
You know, somewhat. Until we went to Orlando in August, and I met all the girls. And at that point, I started to realize that we were on an even playing field. And it's just so incredible to see that from 17 to 24, that can be a huge age range. But with these girls, they are all at the highest level imaginable. They're incredible, high-caliber girls that are just so amazing in so many ways that each of us are working so hard. We're striving for our dreams and our goals. And so then age disappears, and none of us really focused on age anymore. Actually, quite a few times this week, girls would come up and say, "Wait, you're 17," and I would say, "Wait, you're 24." Like we didn't know ages. That didn't matter because at this point, it's about what we're doing. It's about the projects we're involved in. It's about our dreams and our hearts and what we're doing. It's not about age because age really is just a number.
Teresa, what do you plan to do with your artistry by scholarship?
Well, I'm very excited about that, and my dad is extremely excited about that as well, because I'm planning on going to Patrick Henry College in Purcellville, Virginia, and I was accepted there, so I'll be deferring enrollment again, and be headed up there to major in government and then attend law school. I'd like to become an attorney in criminal prosecution, and then I'd like to become a judge, and then I'm very interested in the political arena, and so my goal is to be involved in that as well. I think ever since I was about 9 or 10, my dream was to become the president or a Supreme Court justice. So I'll be working my way there over the next few years and see what happens on the way. But those scholarships will come in handy for 7 years of college ahead.
Teresa, just walk us all through the emotional side of you when you were down there at the final five, and then the final two, and then there was quite an outpouring of tears at that immediate moment. So just walk us nicely through all the emotions that you went through.
You know, when there was the top 5, when we were backstage ready to come on, we were all hugging and telling everyone that we were so proud of them. And I think the incredible thing at that point was looking around at those 5 girls. We all realized that any one of us could do the job so well because we all love this program. We all know what it stands for. We all try to embrace it in our lives. And so it was wonderfully calming to know that it was in good hands no matter what. And so I got great support from the other girls. You know, we all knew that whoever won, it was going to be great. And then as we went down more and more, down to the top two, everything, I think it was so incredible to see that many of these girls have a very strong faith, and I think that's where my piece came from, definitely, because I remember specifically talking with Miss Hawaii, and we were both saying that it's in God's hands and it's His will. And so we knew that whatever happened is His plan. And so whether I won or not, I just knew that the right person would be in the right place. So I guess I'm in the right place, and so now I'm just so excited to see what He has in store this next year, because I know it's going to be incredible.
Teresa, the pageant has gone through some ups and downs in the last 10 years, and I wonder if being the youngest is sort of, in a way, will be helpful to sort of promote it to a new generation.
Oh, I certainly think so. I remember just a few weeks ago, actually, speaking with a girl who said, I would love to compete in pageants, but I didn't start young enough. And I said, well, a lot of girls start at any age, and I just started a couple years ago. And she said, really? I thought you had to start competing in pageants when you were 2 in order to become Miss America. You know, and so a lot of people don't realize that it can be at any age, at any time. And so I'm really excited to show people that it doesn't matter how old you are, and to get some new girls involved and interested in the program, because we have incredible women out there in this whole country that would benefit so much from this program. And I'm so excited to hopefully get new contestants in the system across the country.
What kind of doctor is your dad?
He's a psychiatrist. You know, as an aspiring politician, I am very interested in politics and government, and so I listen to those things all the time. And so the past few months have been full of those kinds of things. I read the paper whenever I can. I listen to political talk shows, things like that. And so that was an issue that particularly interested me quite a bit, because it's one of those fine line areas, and those areas in government always interest me as an aspiring lawyer, especially, to kind of see what our law defines and what it doesn't, and where those gray areas are. And so it's pretty interesting, and I really think that each American especially should be focused on those issues and should understand what's going on and know those things and be involved, because it affects all of us every day. Every aspect of our lives is affected by politics and government, and so I think we should all be involved.
Teresa, do you have a boyfriend?
No, I don't. 17-year-old boys. Enough said there. You know, actually, that's kind of been a big debate. I turn 18 next month, and so I will get to register to vote. Finally, I didn't get to vote in the last election. But I really do think I will register as an independent and then be able to vote based on ideas rather than political affiliations, because I think that's been a huge thing in the past few years, is all the bipartisanship that has become really ridiculous. And I think it's time to look at issues instead of political parties, and so that's what I plan to do.
You mentioned during your answer to the question about WikiLeaks that you think that the WikiLeaks folks are essentially, I think the word used is espionage. Do you think that there's espionage, that there's spies?
You know, I think it could be possible, because that was something that was a huge issue of national security. And those things we simply can't let slide. There are areas where free speech becomes an issue of security. And we see that you can't go into an airport and yell bomb. You can't go into a movie theater and yell fire. That's free speech, yes, but sometimes it comes to a point of security, and that's where that line is drawn. And so we have to be very careful with that, but we must draw the line somewhere. Oh, goodness. You know, I'm not sure. I think it would definitely be service, actually, because I think that kind of encompasses all of the others as well, because when you serve others, I found especially, it develops you as a person, and it starts to help you get all of those other points as well. And service is so important because it changes you in every single way. And so those other areas will continue to grow as you focus on service. And so I am so excited to do that in my year as well, as this is called our year of service, because that's so important to go across the country and be willing to serve others.
Teresa, as this is going on and we're all sitting here, I think we're all falling more and more in love with you. Was there a moment in the interview or while you were on stage, I mean, as contestants, you see it in the judges' eyes. Was there a moment in the interview that you kind of knew something had clicked?
You know, actually, this was kind of different because I actually had the opposite feeling. When I came out of the interview, I thought, they think I can't do it. They think this job is too big for a 17-year-old. And I was actually a little disappointed because I thought that was the idea they had. I had no idea I had changed their minds, and I really actually felt that, and I wanted to prove to them. And so then, every preliminary night, I walked out on that stage saying, I'm going to prove to them that this job is not too big and that any 17-year-old can do it. And so that was kind of my goal throughout the days. And so when I won Talent Award, I thought, okay, maybe this is working a little bit. And then on Saturday night, as I got higher and higher, I was like, okay, this is working. Maybe I did prove it to them. And so I think until that final moment when I won, though, I actually did not know that I had proven it to them.
Talk about how long you've been playing piano.
I've been playing for about 11 years now. I started at 7. My mom actually starts each of us at 7 years old, and then we take it as long as we want. And I took it the longest out of all of my siblings. My younger brothers are actually still playing, but I just absolutely love it. When I was younger, I was extremely shy, and so it was something that I really enjoyed because it was just my teacher and I. It was something that I did when I was nervous, when I was stressed, anything. And so it was really my form of therapy for years and years, and I just continued it throughout all the years because it's been so fantastic. It's been incredible and easier to start singing. I started playing guitar, other things, and once you start playing piano, other forms of music come a lot easier. So it's just been so much fun, and I'm so excited to be an instrumentalist as Miss America because it's not very often that happens. And we didn't have very many instrumentalists this year, and so I hope to get those numbers up as well because it's just incredible to showcase all those variety of talents.
Teresa, you made an amazing gesture as soon as you were crowned and just gave it all back to the Lord. Is there a way you will incorporate your faith and your spiritual journey into your year?
Well, yes, absolutely. I think any chance I have that's the whole purpose behind who I am. I'm defined by what God has created me to be, and that's where I find my purpose and my definition. And I almost think of it as cheating sometimes because pageant coaches always say, you have to know who you are, you have to know what your purpose is, you have to be defined and know where you stand on these issues. That's already defined for me. All of that has been taken care of, and so I don't have to do that for myself. And so that's where it's actually come pretty easily for me, and I was so happy to see that many of the girls who made it very high had a strong faith because that shows that the substance and purpose behind what we're doing, and that's why we're driven, and that's why we know why we're here and what we're doing, and we have a passion for it because we know it's what God wants us to do. And so every person that I meet, I know God has a reason why I'm meeting them, and so I just want to embrace that as much as I can this year.
Okay, Teresa needs to move on. We're going to have one more question.
We know you leave tomorrow morning, so wake up right along the day. What's the first big event you're going to do?
We are going to the Super Bowl, and it will be my first time, and I get to host the Taste of the NFL the night before, so I'm so excited for that. I cannot wait.
Can we get the football on?
Can you want to put the hold?
And can you put the microphone down?
Yes.
Do we have the football, please?
Oh, you want the football?
Are you a Huskers fan?
Yes, just this year, actually.
Double shots for me in the football line.
I also want to tell everyone that please look for Teresa on with Gretchen Carlson, Miss America 1989 on Fox and Friends, and then on To View with our special judge Joy Behar this Monday morning.
And then a couple more ones just by yourself.
Okay.
Please.
Let me get-
There you go. Down the middle. If you can touch the ground one more time for us, there you go. Right over here. And down in the center here, please. There you go. Thank you. And straight ahead here. Right over here.
Finally, ladies and gentlemen, Teresa is going to be taking her message of education and service to others across this country. So we would like to present her with the 90th anniversary vase by Steuben with our roses from our official flower sponsor, Passion Growers.
Couple shots of bed. Turn over here to the.
Teresa, can you guys hold the bottom of the box?
Stand down in the center here, please, for your video. Thank you. Gorgeous. Thank you.
Okay, thank you all for coming.